We're calling it Week 1 Regional Picks to Click because I couldn't think of a title. And here's what I mean by this. Pickle, you get these DMs, you get these tweets, you get these emails. I know I get them. I know Step gets deluged with them.
Mm-hmm.
I know Ish gets deluged with them. And what it is people saying, hey, I live in
Insert
blank.
name.
What high school football game should I go to this weekend?
Yeah.
That's what we hear. And we hear it a lot, especially in Week 1. We hear it in the playoffs, and we hear it in Week 1. Those are the times where we really hear it the most.
And let's clarify, it's never like town name really. It's
No.
more like, oh, I live in the Lubbock area.
I live in the Panhandle.
Yeah, exactly.
I live in
Central Texas.
I live in the Concho Valley.
I live in
Right.
the Houston area.
Right.
It's all regional.
And it's neutral fans, Texas high school football fans, who just want to go to a good game on Friday night.
some of our favorite people.
Yes, of course, yeah, the neutrals, right?
We like you guys.
Those are the people who actually drive up the attendance, in my opinion, at Texas high school at the state championship games. So, here's what I want to do. I want to go region by region, and we have, I believe, divided into 18 regions in the state. I'm going to go region by region, and I'm going to give you a game in each region that you should try to go to if you have the means. Okay?
I love it.
So we're not going to do this every week, but we are going to do it in Week 1 because we know that you people are interested in it.
Yeah.
And I know what I said.
And there's
you
a
people.
there's a little more uncertainty about which teams are probably going to be good.
Right.
Unless you read all 400 pages of the magazine, which more power to you.
Okay. Austin. We'll go in alphabetical order.
Oh gosh.
Austin.
Dateline.
Arlington, Martin, and Lake Travis. That game's at Lake Travis, Friday night, Cavalier Stadium. A top, I don't know if Arlington Martin's top 10. They're close.
Mm-hmm.
They're either like 9, 10, or 11.
Mm-hmm.
Going up against Lake Travis, of course, who needs no introduction, also a top 10 team. Great coaching matchup with Bob Waker's squad taking on Hank Carter's squad. Interested to see how Lake Travis can protect Bo Edmondson because against his really good Arlington Martin defense. So
You can catch it on Texan Live, too, if you can't go to it.
Go. Okay, good job. You do that when I'm naming
got you.
a game around. Lake Travis and Arlington Martin, that game in Austin. Big country. So we're talking like, think Greater Abilene, okay? Big country. I want to send you to Stephenville for Sweetwater and Stephenville. A new coach there at Sweetwater in Russell Lucas, moving over from Hamlin. Stephenville, of course, always has high hopes. I think this is going to be a really fun game. The computer thinks it's a very close game. We'll have our computer projections up tomorrow. So I would say go to Stephenville for Sweetwater and Stephenville, although it's a good week in the big country. Brazos Valley. Let's think Greater College Station, okay? Greater Bryan College Station area. I'm going to send you. I want you to be a bit of a hipster. We're going to go to a 2A game. I want you to go to Bremont and Normandy.
Ooh, I like that.
I think Bremont and Normandy is going to be a banger. I think it's a fantastic game. We think Bremont could be really on the come up. I think that they have an opportunity to really make some noise this year. So I like Normandy and Bremont. This game's at Normandy. So if you're in the Brazos Valley area, go to Bremont and Normandy. Coastal Bend. Again, it's a broad scope, but let's say Greater Corpus Christi. There's a few different places I could send you, but I want to send you to Edna, okay?
I like it.
I want to send you to Edna. East Bernard takes on Edna. Should be a fantastic game. Should be a super physical game, too. That would be a game that I would send
that's
you
a
to
rock
in the
fight.
Coastal. Yeah, that's going to be absolutely there, because you could go to, like, Cal Allen and Gregory Portland, but I think Cal Allen's a pretty sizable favorite in that one, and that game's at G-Port. So yeah,
there will be highlights of that on Valley Sports Southwest.
There you go. I would say Edna and East Bernard is where you should is where you should go if you're in the Coastal Bend. Concho Valley, Greater San Angelo. Now this is a large region, but Greater San Angelo. I want to send you to actually one of Matt Sepp's favorite games of the week. Wink goes to Christoval. Okay, Wink is at Christoval. This game will be really interesting, I think. And one thing that's interesting. This is Wink going a little bit farther north. Christoval, they're in the Concho Valley. They're not just in different regions. They are on different opposite ends of the bracket. Wink is in Region 1. Christoval's in Region 4. We think both of them could win their regions.
Yeah.
They're that good, and they're facing off in Week 1. Keep an eye on this one, Christoval and Wink.
Can I throw out one more for the Concho Valley?
Sure.
Jim Ned and Ballinger. If you want to consider that Concho Valley.
Yeah, Ballinger's kind of. I think we technically.
I was going to say, do we consider that?
That's
a good game.
I think we technically consider that to be big country, but that's right on that board. It's in Runnels County. I would say, yeah, that's right on that edge. That's right on that.
Yeah.
That's right on that. Because they are on 84, and that I think that's where we kind of cut off Contra Valley. But yeah, Ballinger and Jim Ned would also be a great game as well. DFW, okay, Dallas Fort Worth, North Texas area. Got a few options here. Friday and Saturday. Thursday and Saturday you got good options because you got Highland Park and South Lake Carroll at AT&T. You've got Denton Ryan and Longview on Saturday at the Star in Frisco.
The Star.
I actually want to send you to Argyle. Argyle and Fort Worth Nolan. Okay? Fort Worth Nolan is one of the preeminent private school teams in the state. This is a big test for Argyle right out of the gates of an offense that's going to look different, that's going to have a new quarterback, that's going to be a little bit different. Big test for them. Fort Worth Nolan and Argyle is where I want to send you. Although you could do Melissa Salina, you could do Rockwall Cedar Hill. Boy, you could do Colleyville Heritage and Grapevine.
Yes.
But you can also watch that game on Valley Sports Southwest. So I'm going to go with, but I'm going to say right now Argyle and Fort Worth Nolan is probably the one that I'm most interested in.
Hipster.
So there's that, a little hipstery. East Texas. It's a Thursday night affair. Gladewater and Gilmer.
Yes.
Gilmer and Gladewater. This game's at Gilmer. I believe Gilmer has won 16 straight in this rivalry. And that definitely sticks in Gladewater's craw. Gladewater's got one of the very best wide receivers in the state in DJ Allen. They've got Gilmer, of course, played for a title last year. They've got an outstanding wide receiver, or rather quarterback in Brandon Tennyson. I think that game's going to be a lot of fun. Or if you want to go somewhere near Cedar Creek Lake, go to Malakoff. Grandview at Malakoff. Those two teams have become intimately familiar with one another recently. That would be a game that you could do that. And yeah, listen to Tough and Step for another pick, which was my hipster game of the week. Okay. El Paso.
Hello.
Pickle. Which game should they go to?
Canutillo and El Paso Burgess.
Why?
Because you can come say hi to me.
Yes.
Hello. I'll be there.
Yes. Great game.
It's our
Canutillo.
Dave Campbell's featured game of the week.
Dave Campbell's featured game of the week. Pickle will be there out in the Sun City. You can see Tavoris Jones, the running back for El Paso Burgess, taking on what is traditionally one of the very best defenses in El Paso and Canutillo. So if you're in El Paso, that's the game. Is that the Socorro Athletic Complex?
No, it's at Burgess's field.
Okay, got it. Okay, so it's at Burgess, Canutillo, and El Paso Burgess. Yeah, Canutillo's got their own stadium. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Golden Triangle, Greater Beaumont, okay? Deep southeast Texas, okay? Golden Triangle, I want you to send to West Orange Shark in Nederland. It's at Nederland. Huge test for West Orange Shark right out of the gate. Huge test for Nederland right out of the gate. What does this Blue Link defense look like for West Orange Shark? We'll find out in a hurry against a talented and physical Nederland team. I want to send you to Nederland and West Orange Shark. So it's there. Also, if you could do Woodville at Newton, which would probably be a nice backup there. Hill Country, okay? Pickle, where's the Hill Country?
Home.
Okay. Hill Country. Think like northeast or northwest of San Antonio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of the Hill Country.
Yeah, I mean, the prime of the Hill Country is like northwest of Austin.
Yeah, I guess like kind of.
Like we're about an hour. Llano is pretty much right in the heart of the Hill Country.
Yeah.
And it's about an hour and a half northwest of Austin.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a good way to describe it.
Smack dab in the middle of Texas is
Here's where I
want
to send you. I want to send you to Kerrville. I want to send you to Kerrville for Dripping Springs at Kerrville.
I like that.
That is your pick to click there. Dripping Springs is a team we have really high hopes for. I think they've got an opportunity to make some noise. And Tyvee's going to be very interesting this year. I'm very high on the Antlers this year. So I'm going to send you to Dripping Springs at Kerrville Tyvee. Houston. Perhaps you've heard of it. Houston. You've got a couple of options here. But I think I want to send you to Dickinson hosting Manville. Manville, of course, the number 2 team in our 5A Division I rankings. We think very highly of the Mavericks. Dickinson, always a threat. A ton of playmakers on the field here. Very interesting. The computer thinks this is a very, very close game. I would go there. But look, it's a loaded slate in Houston. You can watch a lot of the games on Texan Live.
Thursday night, Crosby and Carthage is a big one.
That game's in New Caney. So
also
you can go
on
there.
Texan Live.
It's also on TexanLive.com. So you can go there. I think that Clear Springs at Katy, you could do a lot worse than that. Bridgeland at Klein Kane, also on TexanLive.com. That game's really interesting.
Actually, ESPN. That
ESPN.
one would be on ESPN, yeah.
Oh, again, on ESPN. Klein Kane and Bridgeland? Oh.
On, wait, Klein Kane. I'm sorry. I was thinking the Saturday game.
Pickle.
My bad.
Okay. It's Houston. Panhandle. And that is different from the South Plains. We'll get to the South Plains in a minute. Panhandles. We're talking Greater Amarillo. You guys know what I'm talking about in the Panhandle, okay? I want to send you... Ooh. I got 2 for you. I either want to send you to Panhandle, Texas, to go watch Childress at Panhandle. I either want to send you there. That'll be a really fantastic game. I think Childress is very interesting this year. Or I want to send you to Stratford to watch Spearman at Stratford, see Brennan Thompson play for Spearman. They're going to Stratford. That game should be a lot of fun as well. You can also see Midland Legacy go to Amarillo if you're interested in that, if you want a bigger school game. But my picks would be either Childress at Panhandle or Spearman at Stratford. Those are my picks for Panhandle. Permian Basin, Greater Odessa Midland, okay? West Texas. Greater Odessa Midland. First of all, I think the best game is probably... I'll make sure I'm not... I think the best game is a 6-man game. Okay? I think the best game is a 6-man game, and this is right on that kind of cusp of... It could be Big Country, it could be South Plains, it could be Permian Basin, but I want to send you to Borden County in May. May is at Borden County. I'm very interested in that one, but if you're looking for an 11-man game, also Balmorhea is at Rankin. That's a huge 6-man game. But if you're looking for an 11-man game...
Midland Legacy is at versus Abilene High at WT.
Midland Legacy?
That's what Step said. Midland Legacy at... Well, he just deleted his
Because
comment.
Amarillo. Yeah, I was going to say. Anyway, that's well, you're throwing me off. There's not a great 11-man slate. I would say probably to send you to Ratliff to go watch Permian take on El Paso Pebble Hills, but I think Permian's a big favorite. If you're looking for a better, maybe a closer game, it's not necessarily like huge names, but I would go with Hale Center at Seagraves if you're looking for an 11-man game there in the Permian Basin. Piney Woods, deep East Texas, okay? South of East Texas, north of Houston in the Golden Triangle, okay? I want to send you to Joaquin. Beckville at Joaquin is a fantastic matchup there in 2A Division 1. Two teams that I think have high hopes for making a deep run. I think this game's going to be fantastic. Beckville at Joaquin is your pick to click for the Piney Woods. Okay? Let's now move to the Rio Grande Valley, way down south. Okay? If you're interested in a game down there, I would go with Mercedes at Brownsville-Hanna. I think that game is going to be fantastic. Two teams. I think Brownsville-Hanna has a chance to be one of the very best teams in the Rio Grande Valley. I'm interested in what they do against a very talented and physical Mercedes team. You could also do McAllen Memorial hosting Edinburgh Vela, but I think Vela is a bit of a favorite in that one. So those would be my ones. Or you can go the Tinaco Bowl. The Tinaco Bowl is Weslaco East hosting Weslaco. Big rivalry matchup down there. I don't need to tell people in the Rio Grande Valley about that. They know that. The Tinaco Bowl is going on this weekend. San Antonio. I want you to go to Ferris Stadium Friday night. San Antonio Reagan, San Antonio Brennan. Massive game. Huge game with major implications for shaping what Region 4 looks like in 6A. We had Coach oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who was the coach we had on yesterday? Pickle. We had Stephen Baser. Stephen Baser. I'm sorry. We had Stephen Baser on yesterday from Brennan. I think Brennan, I really mean this, I think Brennan's got a chance to be really, really dangerous, especially if the bracket breaks right. If they go out and show out against a really good Reagan team, two great quarterbacks in this one, very interested to see Brennan and Reagan. That's the game I want to go to. You could also go to DeSoto at Judson. That's pretty good too.
Yep.
Okay, South Plains, Greater Lubbock, okay? Greater Lubbock, I want you to go to, the best game's probably, again, a 6-man game. Westbrook at Motley County is a certified banger in the 6-man ranks. But as far as 11-man is concerned, I want to send you to Abernathy for Shallow Water at Abernathy. That game's going to be a lot of fun. I think Abernathy has some holes to fill, but I'm very bullish on them. And Shallow Water is a team that always brings the heat, especially early. So I would keep an eye on that one. If you're in the South Plains, I want you to go to Shallow Water at Abernathy. South Texas. This is kind of nebulous, but it's like think Greater Laredo, but also to that part of South Texas that's south of San Antonio, but north of the Rio Grande Valley. So this is kind of a nebulous region. I want to send you to Bruni for Refugio at Bruni, or I want to send you to Laredo United South, who's hosting Harlingen. Either one of those games are probably your best bet there in that kind of greater South Texas area. Super Centex region, which is kind of great. Let's call it Greater Waco. Greater Waco. I want to send you, the easy one would be like Austin Westlake's at Temple, and that one's, go to that game if you can. It's going to be great. Wildcat Stadium is awesome, especially on the first Friday night of the year, posting the number one team in the state. It's going to be rocking. If you want to be a hipster, Franklin's at Lorena, and that game's going to be awesome. I think that game's going to rule. Franklin at Lorena or Westlake
That's another rock fight.
at Temple. That game's going to be tons of fun. A lot of playmakers on the field there. Texoma, okay? Up near the border, Greater Sherman-Denison, let's call it. I want to send you to Gunner, Sunnyvale at Gunner. That game, and again, that's kind of that weird nebulous region. Could be DFW. Could be Texoma. We call it Texoma. Sunnyvale at Gunner is going to be really good. Your backup there is Whitesboro's at Bells. Those are your 2 games there in Texoma area. But I get some eyes on Gunner getting tested against a good Sunnyvale team that does need to replace a quarterback. I believe Trey McCain is coming. Anyway, and then finally Wichita Falls, Greater Wichita Falls. I believe
one of them was canceled.
Was it
yesterday? I believe.
Was that the Burke Burnett game?
Oh gosh, there's been so many of
Was
them.
Iowa Park Holiday? Is Iowa Park Holiday going on? I think Iowa Park Holiday is going. Oh no, Wichita Falls Hershey. You're talking about Wichita Falls Hershey.
Hershey got.
I want to send you to Iowa Park for Holiday at Iowa Park. That game is really fun. 2 teams we have very high hopes for in the 4A ranks. Although Holiday's 3A. I am very interested to see what Iowa Park is able to put together, especially at home. Iowa Park Stadium is gorgeous. Great facility up there. So Iowa Park's your pick to click there in Wichita Falls.
Which is a good segue.
Speed
Super quick. We do have a canceled or rescheduled constant story being fed up on TexasFootball.com. So if you're curious about any of the games, about if they've switched or not, just go ahead and go there. There's a full list of them going.
So there you go. I think I gave you a game in every part of the state. If I didn't do a game close enough to you, DM Pickle,
Move
Ashley
somewhere.
_Pickle 12.
Move somewhere that we did give you a game.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.